Hello, humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. Who won today? Let me tell you, I think the public won. I think there was a lot of hesitation by a lot of people to watch this show because they thought that they were gonna, just nominate games and have games win that weren't really the public's choice, where people were buying and they wanted to make, choices that maybe were a little political. I think that's what everybody had in mind, but they didn't. They didn't. If you look at the game awards that people that they got, Astrobot was up there with a lot of people. You can't complain about that. But Black Wukong got recognized, which was that was really the big elephant in the room, right? People thinking that that game was not even going to be recognized, and it was. Even the man accepting the award, that the guy who runs it, he was like, "Thank you for not putting an invisible wall," or something to that effect. It was hard because it's speaking Chinese and it was being translated, right? So who knows exactly what he said? Probably I'll read about it tomorrow sometime. I'm just gonna go over the highlights. Fallout for the best adaptation, of course. I mean, that's not only Fallout for best adaptation of a video game. It was my number one show for me, period. Balastro got their props. Helldivers 2. Helldivers 2 got their props. I was very surprised about that and pleasantly surprised about that, let me tell you that. And because I thought they weren't. The other one was Metaphor ReFantazio. I thought they were going to get passed up, but no, they got a couple of nominations, as Helldivers did, as Wukong did. And these were pretty much the public's choices, right? They really were. There's a couple others in there, Tekken, Baldur's Gate, it really reflected the feelings of gamers, in my opinion, overall, right? I'm sure there's others that might say this game, that game, the other game, but overall, I think it reflected the choices in the market, and that's a good thing. That really is a good thing, because you had a couple of years there where that wasn't the case, number one. Number two, and it really alleviated a lot of the fears of people of having politics ruin, what should have been a good award show, like in, other cases or, other magazines or what have you. But no, this show was good, man. It was good. I'm not going to tell you it's the best show ever, but it was a good show. It's no E3, right? If you asked me for the best ever, show of any type of video games, it would have been, E3 when you had the Xbox, the GameCube, everybody and their mother there. But no, man, it was. I really, really enjoyed it. I really not only enjoyed the show, but I also enjoyed how they presented the upcoming games. Because usually, it's been a couple of years where it's been too much, where they're just trying to market you. It just takes the enjoyment out of it. And I think this year was balanced. It was a little bit more balanced. It flowed a little bit better. I think the show flowed a little bit better overall. And there's some things that I liked, that came out. Some things that surprised me. Let's start with Naughty Dog. That's the one that everybody's going to talk about as far as the main character. Not for me, thank you. But it looks like an interesting game, right? But it was something. The one where I think people overreacted was The Witcher 4. I don't think it was that bad, but if you're not outraged now, it's like you're not going to get any views. So whatever. I mean, I didn't think The Witcher 4 was that bad, not as people are making it seem. I was really surprised by the announcement of that Elden Ring Night Rain. That was pretty cool. It looks cool. Also, what is it called? Project Robot, that little short film that they gave, man, that was pretty awesome. Let me tell you, because I grew up with those 1950s, 1960s Japanese robot wars back in the day, like giant robots and stuff like that. That was a pretty cool film. I had that really intrigued me, right? And what else did I watch? Oh yeah, the first trailer for Mafia: The Old Country. That looked interesting. I'm just going off the top of my head of the things that I remember. And hopefully, I don't miss anything. But Onimusha is coming back. The Outer Worlds 2 is a game that I just completely am so waiting for. I mean, nobody wanted to hear about Nobody wanted to hear about The Last of Us 2 coming to PC. But you know what? Virtual Fighter coming back, that was pretty cool. The trailer for the first Borderlands 4, that's the first trailer. I thought that was pretty awesome. And the Project Century from the Yakuza developers, I thought that was a really cool one. The one that threw me off a little bit was the big Sonic Racing Crossworld or something like that. It looks like the car was a Mach 5, but in a different color, but it looked like the old Mach 5. So I wonder what's going on there. And also Turok. Man, Turok back in the day was cool, and just looking at a brand new Turok, I think that's something that needed to be revived. And of course, we started off strong with Ninja Gaiden. Who doesn't love Ninja Gaiden? It's due for a return, and why not? So overall, guys, I give this show like an 8. I think the public was well served. All the fears that people had as far as this being a woke, completely woke awards and games getting overlooked, I think those fears were unfounded. I think overall, I think they did listen to the public. They did see, right, that red wave. They saw the election. I'm sure the marketers were like, hey, buddy, we want to market to these people. Most of the country's not going to be down with this other stuff. So I think that's, part of it. You're going to see it more and more in media because, people want to sell stuff. But overall, for me, it was a good show, man. I'm not going to sit here and just crap on it just because that might be the popular thing to do. I'm just going to give you my honest opinion. It was okay. I think the public was served. And let me tell you this. I think it did a good job for itself as far as cementing themselves as the Game Awards. It's 10 years, yes. But now you have Harrison Ford coming out there. You have major movie stars coming out there wanting to be part of this event, right? They're wanting to promote their stuff on here. And when I was watching it, and this is the big deal, when I was watching it, 1 million people were watching it live with me. That's a huge number. And in this demographic, guys, that is gold. That is absolute gold. So they did absolutely the right job by putting it in the time of year that they did, even though, this is probably should be held in January, like a lot of people say. But look, these shows aren't anything without money. You need money in order to promote something like this. And the only way you're going to do that is by getting the most eyeballs on them. And that's going to be in the later part of the year, specifically December. That's when advertisers are paying the big bucks. And when you're bringing in 1 million people just to watch you two live, let me tell you, you got something there. All right, humans, I will catch you on the next one. Take care.